Begin by standing with your feet hip-width apart on your yoga mat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and close your eyes. Take a moment to bring your awareness within. And then gently open your eyes. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Begin to release your arms by your sides. Turn the palms to face forward as you roll the shoulder blades in towards the midline and then draw them down towards your waist. And then on your next breath, begin to drop your chin to your chest and roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, back to your chest, and inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, release, right ear, right shoulder on your inhale. And then bring your right hand onto the left side of your head as lightly as you can and extend your left arm out by your side, reaching and stretching through the fingertips. Do you find a nice stretch in the left side of your neck and shoulder? And then release the arms and roll your left ear to your left shoulder, left hand onto your head, right arm out at shoulder level. Stretch through the fingertips, feeling into the stretch, breathing. And then as you exhale, begin to release your arms, rolling chin back to chest, and inhale your head up to center. Now roll your shoulders forward and up, exhale them back, around and down, moving with your breath. Big shoulder rolls, one direction, and then opposite direction. Rolling them forward, down, back, around and up. A few more times. And then come back to center. Bring your hands onto your hips and begin to circle your hips in one direction. Warming up the body from head to toe. And then circle the opposite direction. Then slide your hands onto your knees, bend into your knees, and circle your knees in one direction. And gentle, and then the opposite direction. And then come all the way back up. Lift the right foot off the mat if you can, and begin to circle the ankle one direction and the opposite direction just a few times. You can always pause the video and do more. And then lift the left foot off the mat and begin to find your balance, circling the foot one direction and the opposite direction. And setting the foot back down. Bring your feet together and then step your right foot in front of your left. Inhale your arms up. And then bring your left arm over your right. Bring the palms together. Inhale your arms all the way up. And then begin to stretch to the left. Drawing the arms slightly back. Grounding through both of your feet. Lengthening through both sides of your waist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release your arms and release your feet. Other side. Go step the left foot in front of the right. So cross it over. Find your balance. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, and then right arm over left, palms touch. Inhale your arms up, and exhale, begin to stretch over to the right. And just check in that your shoulders are in one line. Soften through your shoulders and your neck. And on your inhale, come back up. Exhale, release your arms all the way down, and step your feet out. And if you like, a couple of shoulder rolls here. Notice how your shoulders feel. And then as you inhale, begin to bring your hands back onto your hips. Slide your hands onto your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart and chest up, and exhale, round your back. You can see a little better. Inhale to lift and exhale to round. Inhale, lifting your beautiful heart and chest. Exhale, round the tailbone, the back. Inhale, lifting the tailbone up. And exhale to round, pull the belly in and up. A few more of those. Every time I inhale, lift up, roll the shoulders back, and then come all the way up to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, circle your arms out, around and up. And as you exhale, bow forward. Bend your knees as needed. On your inhale, come halfway up, hands on your shins or the floor. And exhale, bow forward. Step your right foot back, come down onto your right knee. Inhale, both of your arms up. You can keep the arms parallel, or hands on your hips is an option. You can keep the hands on your thigh or hands on the mat or blocks. If you're comfortable, reach your arms up. You can interlace your fingers here if that feels good. And then bring your hands together and all the way down. Right hand comes onto the mat and your left arm up into a twist. Check that your hips stay level. Both hands on the mat, curl the back toes under and step back into a high plank. Reach the heels back, round the head forward, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels, then come onto your knees, chest, chin, inhale into cobra, and exhale, release. Interlace your fingers behind the low back, inhale up into locust pose, and just lift your head, chest, and shoulders up, hands under your shoulders, and lift up onto your knees and back and up into your downward facing dog. First down dog, so begin to pedal your legs, bending one knee and drawing the opposite heel down, stretching through your legs and your back. And finding your down dog for a moment, and then begin to step your right foot in between your hands. Left knee is on the mat. You can keep the back toes curled under or come onto the top of the foot. Again, hands on the mat, the blocks, your thigh, or if you're comfortable, on your hips or all the way up. Finding your Anjaneyasana low lunge. You can interlace your fingers, maybe extend the index fingers up into mudra. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Level your hips, draw right hip slightly back, left hip forward. And then bring your left hand down, right hand onto your right hip, or extend your right hand all the way up into your twist. If you're comfortable, look up towards your hands, or maybe onto the mat if your neck is not comfortable with that. We'll step all the way forward into forward fold. Inhaling halfway up, lengthen your spine and your chest, and exhale, fold forward. And bring your hands and arms all the way out around and up. And on your exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Anjali Mudra, Samastiti. Inhale, arms reach out around and up. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back, come onto your left knee. Inhale your arms up into low lunge, and then stay here. Or we'll all bring the left hand down first, right arm up back into our twist, and then stay in your low lunge, or lift your left knee off the mat and come up into crescent lunge. Lifting the arms up, drawing the biceps in, triceps out. And then again, if you like, interlace your fingers. Both hands to the top of the mat, step back, high plank. Hold here for a moment, find the length in your spine, come onto your knees, chin, chest, and then inhale into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Exhale, release. Interlace the fingers, other thumb on top. Inhale, lift your head, chest, and arms up. Reach the arms back and up in your mount. Soften into your elbow joints. And exhale, release. Hands under your shoulders, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Lift your hips back and up, reach the heels back, and they don't ever have to touch. Take a few breaths here, gazing towards your feet or your shins, and then inhale, step your left foot all the way in between your hands, come onto your right knee. Inhale your arms up into low lunge. Take a deep breath here, and as you exhale, bring your right hand down, find your twist, left arm up, or left hand on your left hip. And then stay in your low lunge, or curl the back toes under, lift your back knee off the mat, and come up into crescent. And level your hips, check that your left knee stays on top of your ankle and traces over your second toe. Both hands to the top of the mat. Step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half up. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up into Samastiti. Hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms out, around and up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step both feet back into your high plank. Bring your left knee down. Roll onto your right foot, right hand onto your right hip, inhale the arm up, and maybe if you can, see if you can extend your right leg up, lift it up any amount. So this is a side plank variation. You can always find this or try in a full side plank if you like. We'll bring the right knee down, roll onto the left foot, check that your right wrist, right knee and left ankle are aligned. Lift your arm up and maybe lift your leg up. See if you can keep everything in one line. Lift up from the inner thigh and then extend the foot back down. Bring it all the way back down. Step back into high plank and then come all the way down onto the floor. Inhale into cobra, lifting your heart and chest. Curl the toes under and back into our downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then we'll step both feet to the top of the mat again. Inhale halfway, exhale to fold. And as we inhale, we rise all the way up. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms out around the neck. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your beautiful heart halfway up. Exhale, step back, high plank. Hold here for a moment. And you can always bring your knees down. And now we'll come into side plank. So roll onto the pinky toe side of your left foot. Align your wrist with your ankle. You could step your right foot in front of your left foot or come onto your knee. And then inhale your right arm up. Look up if your neck is comfortable with that. Lift your hips up. And then bring your right hand down into full plank. And we'll roll onto the pinky toe side of the right foot. You can bring your right knee down or step your left foot in front of your right. Inhale your left arm up into side plank. Check that your right shoulder is about in line with the base of your right wrist. Look up to your left fingertips and then bring your left hand down. High plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale. We'll bring the arms alongside the body into Shalabhasana. Lift your arms, chest, and legs up. Squeeze the inner thighs together and lift them up towards the ceiling. Keep the back of your neck long. Breathe. And on your exhale, release everything down. Rest your cheek on one side. Shift your hips from side to side. Release any tension in the low back. And then hands under your shoulders, lift your hips back and up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. And then we'll step both feet to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold, and inhale all the way up. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, circle your arms out around and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway and exhale, step back into high plank. Now lower halfway down, chaturanga into upward facing dog or stick with cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Evening out your breath. And then step your feet as wide as the mat and closer towards your hands. Walk your hands a little closer towards your feet. And then bring your left hand and see if you can reach your right leg. Or maybe just place it on the mat. And then see if you can draw your chest underneath your armpit and upward to the other side. Right hand reaches the left outer leg. We'll come into a little bit of a twist. Both hands come back into our wide-legged downward facing dog. And then walk your hands all the way back. Keep your feet wide and come into Malasana, into a squat. If your heels are off the mat, roll a towel underneath your heels. If you're higher up, that's okay. Draw the knees out and keep them tracing over your toes. Bring your right hand down or bring your right hand to the inside of your left knee. Left hand onto your left hip and begin to twist. If you've done this before, you may bring your left arm around and your right arm around and come into a bind. Roll the shoulders gently together, lifting your heart and chest up, and then release. Other side. Find your variation in your twist, hand on your hip, or you can find your wrap, keeping the length in your spine as you twist and breathe. Release, hands together in front of your heart. And on your inhale, begin to lift all the way up. And on your exhale, sit back down into your squat. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, sit back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squat back down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And then bring your hands all the way to the top of the mat into high plank. And shift forward into chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, hips come up into your downward facing dog. come onto your knees, and then shift your hips back towards your heels, melt your heart and forehead down into Child's Pose Balasana. If you like, palms up, bend at your elbows and place your hands to your upper shoulders. And release your hands back and come up into table. And then come up onto your knees. And if you can, sit on your heels or bring a couple of blocks where you can sit on. Rest your hands onto your thighs. Keep the feet in one line, the ankles in one line. Check that is available to you. And if you like a plantar fascia stretch, the soles of the feet, curl the toes under. Sit on your heels, lift your arms up, and then inhale your left arm and reach it all the way over to the right as you bring the right hand down. And inhale the right arm up, left hand down or onto your hip and stretch over to the left. Inhale, both hands come to the top of the mat, lift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Step both feet to the top of the mat, come halfway up, exhale, release, and inhale, come all the way up, hands together in front of the heart. Bring your feet about hip width apart. And inhale, come halfway up onto your tippy toes and then all the way up. Exhale, come halfway down, heels halfway down, and then heels all the way down. Inhale, lift your heels halfway up, arms all the way up, heels all the way up. Exhale, arms halfway down, heels halfway down, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, heels come halfway up, inhale all the way up. It's okay to wobble, exhale halfway down and all the way down. Then bring your heels to touch or together and the toes out, lift your heels halfway up, arms halfway up, and then all the way up and all the way back down. Good. So inhale the heels halfway up, arms halfway up, and then all the way up and all the way back down. Continue in your pace, move with your breath. And then we'll bring the toes together and the heels out, and we'll do the same thing. Heels halfway up and all the way up. And then halfway down on the exhale, and exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway, all the way, halfway down, all the way down. Not so easy. Inhale halfway up, all the way up. Exhale halfway down and all the way down. Ooh, shake it out. That wasn't easy, so just doing the best that you can. And you saw me wobble there too. So come into Utkatasana, bring the heels together and inhale your arms and chest up. Interlace your fingers, exhale, fold forward. Reach your arms any way up and overhead. Soften into your elbows and inhale Utkatasana, shift the weight into your heels. Bend your knees deeply and exhale again. Interlace, other thumb on top and fold forward. Crown of the head reaches down towards the floor. Inhale back, Utkatasana chair pose, reach your arms up, shift your weight into your heels, hands together in front of your heart, and then bring the left elbow or the left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Right arm can be behind you, or you come into prayer twist. Inhale, come back to center, exhale, find your twist on the other side. Check that your knees are in one line, that means that your hips remain in one line, so you can see that by looking down onto your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, exhale, step back, high plank, exhale, come halfway down, inhale into upward dog or cobra, and on your exhale, lift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between your hands, spin your left foot flat, check that your feet are about hip width apart. Draw your left arm forward to bring your left hip slightly forward and the right hip back so the hips are aligned towards the front of the mat, and then reach your arms up into Warrior One. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind the low back, lift your heart and chest up, and on your exhale, fold forward. Reach the arms up and overhead, again any amount, reach the crown of the head down towards your right ankle. And inhale, come back up. Lift your arms up and then step your left foot closer towards the top of the mat. Keep them hip width apart. Come halfway down and exhale. Bring your hands on blocks or the mat if you're more flexible, and find your stretch. Engage your quadriceps, lift up on the kneecaps, keep your hips level, press down into the big toe mounds of your feet. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way back up. You can do the same stretch or bring the hands together behind your back. You can bring the palms to touch or interlace fingers or hold on to a strap. And if you have the palms together, imagine you can draw the elbows out to the sides, keeping them in one line, and then come all the way up, reach your arms up, release hands to the top of the mat, step back into your high plank, into upward facing dog or cobra, or skip it and come right into downward facing dog. Other side, left foot steps forward, right foot flat, 45 degrees, level your hips, warrior one on the other side. Check that you're drawing the belly in and up as you lengthen the tailbone down, draw the frontal hip points in towards the midline and then up towards the spine. And lift your pelvic floor as you interlace your fingers behind your low back. Lift your heart and chest, and on your exhale, fold forward into humble warrior. Reach your arms up and overhead, root down through your feet. Take another breath. And as you inhale, come all the way back up. And inhale your arms up. Bring your right foot slightly further forward. Keep your feet hip width apart. And then reach halfway down into your stretch, and that may be enough for you. That's totally fine to stay here. Lift up on your kneecaps. You can bring your hands on blocks over the floor. Keep your hips level. Engage your quads. Make sure you're engaging your legs. Squeeze them into the midline. And then let the crown of the head draw down towards the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. And stay here. Or if you like, interlace your fingers behind the low back or come into reverse namaste. Draw the elbows away from each other as you push the palms together and come into the same stretch. Keep breathing. Draw your awareness within. Feel the yoga practice from within if you can. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, both hands to the top of the mat. Move through your vinyasa actually come all the way down onto the belly. So bring your arms out to cactus arms. Inhale, lift your arms up. Lift your chest and your head up. And exhale, release. Now bend at your knees. Bring the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And then lift your arms and lift your thighs up any amount. Stay here, or if you can reach your feet, hold on to your ankles and lift up into Dhanurasana bow pose. Lift your heart and chest up. Keep the knees on one line and then release other cheek on the mat and just rest. Hands underneath your shoulders. Lift back and up, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat, step both feet forward, inhale halfway, exhale to fold, bend into your knees, inhale chair pose, and then very slowly, 1 inch at a time, lift a little further up, and come all the way to standing. Yay, you made it. Hands together in front of your heart. And then we'll come down to the floor, to the mat. Yay. And come all the way down to lie down with your knees bent, arms alongside your body. Place your ankles underneath your knees. Inhale into bridge pose. Lift your tailbone, your buttocks, your back off the mat, and exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift and exhale. Before you come all the way down to the floor, lift right back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. A few more times. On your own pace. About 10 of those, I think. Good. And then just bring your feet wide. Drop the knees in together towards each other. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes and just rest. Notice the effects of your practice in your body, your mind. Bring your arms out to a T and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side a few times. Drop them over to one side on your exhale and inhale them back to center. Releasing any residual tension or stress from the low back, and then come up. Either roll onto one side or hands behind your thighs, rock and roll yourself forward and back, giving your spine a little massage. Any way you come up, make your way up to seated. Extend both legs out in front of you and then bend at your right knee. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Wrap your arm around, or bring the elbow to the outside of the knee as you bring your right hand behind you. Lengthen your spine and exhale, find your twist. Make sure to flex your left foot, keep that leg active. And then breathe into the belly. Exhale, release. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Keep the left foot flexed. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and imagine you can go beyond your left leg, not just to round down, but to lengthen, a lengthening forward. You don't have to reach the foot. You can keep your hands on the mat, use a strap, or just go any amount that feels right for your body. Listen to yourself, listen to what's right for you. And then release that. Extend your right leg long, bend your left knee, lengthen your spine, left hand behind you, lengthen up through the top of your head. Right arm wraps around your left knee or any version that you like. And then breathe here into your twist. Cooling down the body. Come back to center, sole of the foot against the inner thigh, and then extend forward again. See if you can keep length in your spine, lengthening the crown of the head forward. And then inhale, come all the way back up. We'll extend both legs forward. You can keep the knees bent here, but flex the feet, and then curl your fingers forward, maybe slightly, 1 inch at a time, until you find you want to reach the heels further away from you. Maybe straighten the knees and keep your feet flexed, and then come into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Nice stretch in the hamstrings. Breathe deeply. Inhale to come up, and bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Find a nice diamond shape with your legs. Open the soles of the feet. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, melt your heart down. Take your time, one breath at a time. Stretching into both hips. Breathing along your spine. Nice and easy breathing. And gently make your way back up. And make your way all the way into your back. Hug the knees into the chest and begin to draw small circles on the low back, or bigger circles, whatever feels good in one direction and the other. When you're ready, extend your arms and your legs out for Shavasana. Close your eyes. Allow your feet to flop open, arms by your side, palms facing up. Allow your body to just sink down, receiving all the benefits of your practice. Softening through the forehead, relaxing deeper and deeper in your eyes, shoulders, arms and legs, letting the breath become natural. And as you're resting here, today's quote comes from Louise Hay. It's an affirmation. I am willing to let go. I release all tension. I release all fear. I release all anger. I release all guilt. I release all sadness and let go of all limitations. I let go and I am at peace. I'm at peace with myself and the process of life, and I am safe. Just relax. where you are, begin to take some deeper, longer breaths, gently reawakening the body, moving the fingers and the toes. And then take a deep stretch as you reach your arms up overhead and exhale, side out, let it go. And again, inhale, stretching through your arms and legs. Exhale, side out. One more time, reaching, big stretch. Exhale. And then bend into both of your knees, roll over to your favorite side and rest your head on your arm. Taking in all the blessings of your practice, of who you truly are. And gently pressing into your hand and make your way up to seated. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Find Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Rest your hands on your thighs, palms facing up or down. Close your eyes and bring your awareness within. Notice how you feel in your body, quality of your mind. Are there any emotions present? You feel more clarity, sense of ease. And bring the hands together in front of your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge yourself for showing up, for making your way onto your mat. Hands together in front of the forehead, connecting us to the guidance of our intuition. Hands to the mouth, connecting us to the guidance of our inner truth. And the hands to the heart, connecting us to the guidance and the wisdom of the heart. I thank you so much for being here today. It's been an honor to guide you through a practice. Namaste. Please like, comment, and share this video. Sign up for our newsletter on mendocinohealing.com. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.